Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Jacob Lauritsen, and if you're watching this video, you must be taking my English 102 class. So, welcome, and I'm excited to have you. The purpose of this video is to just kind of give you a heads up for what we're going to do in this class and what you can expect. If you're taking this as an online class, then this class is only going to be 5 weeks long, and there's a lot to do really quickly, but as long as you keep up with my tentative due date schedule, I think you're going to be okay. If you're taking this as a semester length course, a full length, whatever, it's the same amount of work, it's just spread out over more time, plus you're probably getting me in person. So let's talk a little about what to expect. This class is divided up into 5 units. The first unit, we start talking about our first big assignment, which is a research essay. You'll be conducting research to solve a problem of your choosing. You get to pick what the topic is, but because it's an argumentative research essay, you need to find a solution to this problem. And it needs to stand up to criticism. So you're going to want to make sure you have some good sources to back you up. So to help you do that, this first unit, we start talking about how to conduct research. And I guide you through a series of 9 lessons to help you get from what is academic research and what's its purpose to having conducted your research and being ready to start figuring out what your argument is going to be. Unit 2, we start looking at what research we found, and we're going to take that research, those 10 plus sources, and then start to turn it into an arguable research-based solution to the problem that you investigated. By the end of Unit 2, you'll be halfway through your research essay. You'll write an introduction to your research essay, and you'll write a problem section. The purpose of the problem section is just to explain what the problem was in depth. That's the end of Unit 2. Again, you'll have 9 lessons, and for each unit, each lesson, there's some sort of activity or assignment associated with it. It might be a quiz, it might be a question you need to answer, taking time to just kind of reflect on what you've learned, maybe be accountable for the sources that you found, or to write something like part of an essay. Unit 3, you get to finish your research essay. You're going to write the next 2 sections of the essay, the solutions section, where you present solutions for the problem that you researched and your conclusion. And there's some lessons to kind of guide you through that process to help you get there. Again, each unit has 9 lessons, so there's some lessons, some questions, and of course some writing. Once you finish the first 3 units, you're done with your research essay, which makes up a good percentage of your final grade. I'm thinking off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like 35% of your grade, maybe a little bit less. I don't have it in front of me, but it's a significant percentage of your grade. But again, we take over half of the class to do it. So it's not something that happens overnight, and you'll be fine. The rest of the class is focusing on 2 literary analysis essays, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to do them. The first essay, we're going to focus on narratives. So you're going to be able to pick a narrative, or in other words, a story that you want to analyze. There are a little bit of criteria for it, but we'll talk about that in that unit. And you'll be looking at the literary devices, the storytelling strategies that the author used, and you'll bring in some outside sources to help you do it, and you'll write an analysis of that story. Then for the last unit, Unit 5, we'll do the same thing again, except we'll get a little more advanced. We'll start talking about literary theory, which is kind of a way to frame a story and a perspective for that story. And I say story. For the last one, you're going to focus on a song or a poem, and you're going to analyze the words. So you'll be looking at the strategies that the author uses to write their poem or their song. And then we'll apply that extra layer of literary theory. So that's the class. There's no pre-test and there's no post-test. So that's kind of convenient, right? But there is plenty of work in the middle. There's lots of writing, but there's lots of lessons to kind of guide you through the process to help you. So at any point in time, if there's a big question, obviously you can always reach out and ask me, but hopefully there's also a lesson already planned to answer that question too. Whether you're taking this in person or as an online class, I've structured each assignment so that you have to complete an assignment before you move on to the next one. There's some reasons for that, but largely most of the assignments are meant to teach you something or to help you work on writing one of your essays. So if you skip over it, it's something in theory you would have had to do anyway. So I just made it part of the structure of the course. As you complete or you submit an assignment, the next lesson will open up and you'll be able to move on from there. Obviously, if you run into issues, please talk to me so that I can address them and help you out. But there's a lot to get done, but it's certainly something that you can do. I've been teaching this class online now for 12, 13 years. So when I say I believe you can do it, it's based on, experience. This is something that many students have done, and you'll be able to do it too. So I'm excited to have you in class, and welcome.